Okay, today we're going to show you how to set up a virtual machine. We are now sitting at the virtual machine farm for the school district. For the CIT department. It's a secure site, so if you just type in vm.cs.dixie.edu/login.php and then log in with your CIT account credentials, it'll bring you to this screen. As you can see, I've already got 3 running machines, but we're going to create another one. And let's do lamp 4. That's just the name of the machine. It's the only place it gets used is on the hard drive that stores your virtual machine. It's a database, so let's give it 8 gigabytes hard drive. I'm on VLAN 3014 because that's the only VLAN I've been given. Now notice my range is 104 to 111. So this is 105 is the gateway, 106, 107, 108. So this one is going to be 109. So we don't need to worry about that right now, but remember 109. So click that. And there it is. Now notice it says non-running machines. Now all that did was basically create a file name on the hard drive with nothing on it. So now we're going to put something on it. So we're going to boot from a virtual DVD drive, and we're going to boot whatever version that we want. We don't want Windows, we want a LAMP server. Precise is the latest version of Linux, or not Linux, excuse me, Ubuntu. So let's do precise_net. And then you click that. And there we go, lamp 4. Now it's on the Hamlet server and it's machine number 71. So we are going to go in here and see if we can figure out how to do this. Okay, and there we go. We want to connect to Hamlet t.cs.tixe.d. Oops. Sorry. Hamlet.c. Okay. edu colon. Notice it's 71, but whenever you're dealing with this, you want to do 5971 and connect. Okay, there you go. There's our lamp 4. Now you can see this little mouse going around, but it doesn't really work. So from now on, we're command line only, which enter or return and up and down arrows are the only commands you need to know. So hit enter. Okay, there we go. And it's now booting from that virtual hard drive. Now, I wonder if I can resize this window. Apparently not. So, all right, we want our language to be English. We're from the United States, last I heard. Detect keyboard layout. No, this is not going to be fun because, let's see if I can maximize. No, this kind of stinks because we can't see part of the window here. Country of origin for the keyboard. /US. And keyboard layout, US, detecting network hardware. Okay, now if we hit enter right here, it's going to fail that, and we hit enter again. Okay, network configuration failed, and we want it to fail because we want to configure it manually. So 144.38. Let me minimize this. Let's get out of my way. Dot 207, and we said this one was 106, 107, 108, 109. Okay, oh, sorry, gotta read. Dot 207.109. Enter. And our net mask is 248 because I've only been given a range of 8 IP addresses. And so gateway is 105, that's what it defaults to. So if you get your net mask correct, it'll put in the correct gateway. Okay, name server, 192.2 space 144.38.192.3. Those are the two school name servers. And host name, lamp4. And this is really IT 4200, so 42. The reason it came up with IT 1100 is because down here in my IP range, it's set up for IT 1100. So, and the archive mirror, here's where you need to do something a little bit different. You scroll all the way to top and enter information manually. And it's mirror.cs.dixie.edu. And it's in the Ubuntu directory, and there's no proxy. And there we go. Now, I can figure out how to pause ScreenFlow. Okay, we can minimize this now because we're done with that. And this terminal, we're done with that. So, pause. Okay, we are back out of pause mode, and now we have, there's a period where it looks like the install is not doing anything, so just be patient, it'll come up. So you want to put in a name. In this case, I'm going to use my CIT username, and then it will automatically default to that same name for your account on the machine, and then give it a password. Then it's going to ask for another one. Well, not another one, but the same one over again. Okay, encrypt your home directory. This is where I'm frustrated with Chicken of the VNC. Over here, there's a button that says no, so the default is no, and so just hit enter. And I don't know why this is like this. Based on your time zone is America, Denver, if this is this correct? Yes. And now it's going to do some more hardware stuff. Partitioner, okay, guided, use entire disk, that's the disk. Now you recognize this is a virtual machine, so there's not really a hard drive in there. You just think it, okay, write changes to disk, yes. Now you didn't see that, but I hit the left arrow to bring the highlight to over the yes, because it defaults to no. So use your arrow keys to move around and select the correct one. If you're doing it from Windows, watch the other video, because the other video will show it on a Windows machine using different software. You can't use the same software. They don't have tight VNC for the Mac. They use Chicken of the VNC, which kind of excuse me, leaves some things to be desired, but it's free. So I'm going to pause it until we get back to doing something else again, but just let it go until it gets to somewhere else. Okay, we're back to resume. It went for 5 or 6 minutes and did a bunch of installation, and now we have to make a selection again. In this case, just hit enter. We don't want automatic updates. But we'll be back to doing some things in just a second as well, so we'll just stay here, I think. Did you ever notice how those numbers really are completely useless? They could sit there at 99% for an hour and a half, and then all of a sudden it'll hit 100%. In fact, I've seen some programs that hit 100% and still don't do anything for another hour. Okay, so now here is where we select the software we want to use. And what we want is we want an open SSH server, and we want a LAMP server. And that is it. Now what I did was I used the up and down arrow keys to move the cursor and to select the item, the space bar. So open SSH, that is so that you can log in from off campus. LAMP server is Linux. Okay, what does the AMP stand for? Come on, everybody. MySQL, PHP, Apache. Okay, so once you've selected them, hit enter. You couldn't see it, the button it was down here off the screen, and that's one of the reasons that Chicken of the VNC kind of sucks, because the resolution's screwed up on it. Doesn't catch the resolution. Okay, now we need another password for your MySQL on the server. So whatever you want, but understand this is your MySQL password, not your virtual machine password. They could be the same, I suppose, but. And type it in again. Oh, sorry, must have screwed up. Try again. There. Okay. Now it's going to go through installing all of those LAMP. See, there's MySQL, lib. Okay. Python. Apache, there was Apache, PHP, AppArmor, there you go. So now it's putting in all the connections so that you can use those. So installing a LAMP server is not particularly difficult. Once you've done it 200, 300, 400 times, you'll have it down pat. And trust me, Curtis and Joe and Bob, they'll get you installing it 300, 400 times. So you'll get it done. If this is your first time, don't sweat it. Just delete the machine, start all over, do it again until you get it right. It's not a big deal, other than time. It would be nice if this was faster, but it's not. So, getting close. Apache mod PyPHP, OpenSSH, PHP, SSL. The last little part of this installation is when we get, see, it says cleaning up. When we get to the end of it, is just going to be installing the Linux grub bootloader, and then we'll be done. Sorry, it went dim because it was starting to go sleep. Now, your Mac machines at the school may not have Chicken of the VNC. I am not sure. This machine here up in the adjunct's office didn't have it, so I just typed in VNC and scrolled down to where I saw Chicken of the VNC and downloaded it. And then you just install and bing bang boom. It's just not too tough. Maybe we'll have to do a video on installing Chicken of the VNC and how to use it. We're getting close. Oh, excuse me, I have to yawn. This is on campus, so using the Chicken of the VNC means you didn't have to go through the SSH server. That's the firewall for the school, so it's a little easier on campus. Okay, install grub bootloader. Now, you know, I did right arrow and yes became unhighlighted. Well, no is over there to the right, but yes, you want to install the grub bootloader. I'm gonna, well, maybe not. We should only be another minute or so and then we'll be done. Yep. Setting up passwords, set the review clock. Finish. Yes, we're done. Finishing the installation. Okay, now notice we're done. It's unhooked. But that means you can go to your terminal and do 144.38.207.108. Oh, sorry. And yes. And what did I put in? Oh, let's see. I must have used a different password. Sorry. Okay, hang on for a minute. 106, 107, 108. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 109. It is not 108. Okay, no wonder. Back over here, 109. Okay, what's going on? Well, it's mad at me, so let's try it one more time. SSH. Huh. I'll be darned. It's locked me out.